Shalom Aleichem, brothers and sisters. I want to tell y'all about something one of my brothers was telling me. He's a Mason, this brother that I'm speaking of. He's a most worshipful master amongst his lodge. Because it's a Mason hall right not too far from my house. And it's like, he said, I think it's like 40 something different lodges that use that particular hall or whatever. So make a long story short, within his lodge, the one that he goes to, I don't know which one he goes to, nor does it matter to me, but he's the most worshipful master amongst his lodge. That means he's the biggest boy in his personal lodge. And then when he go to other lodges, he bang with the other big boys who run their lodge. He run his lodge. But this is the moral to the story. I studied with him. You know what I'm saying? I had studied with him. And we went past these books we at right now. So altogether, this is about 100, maybe this is about 150 books, maybe 160 books. So we went past these books. You know what I'm saying? I took him past this understanding. I took him into a deeper understanding. And because I studied with him, he became the most worshipful master in his lodge, yo. Yeah, I feel good about that. You know what I'm saying? I feel extra good about that because I studied with him. You know what I'm saying? And he like, yo, they call me Mac. And he like, Mac, yo, man, you studied with me. And that took me, now I literally run the whole lodge because of the knowledge that you studied with me on. This is what he told me about 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I feel that made me feel good. You know what I'm saying? So of course I asked him, according to what he know about me, where would I be in the rank of the lodge? Because now I want to know, where would I be? Because I outrank you. You know what I'm saying? And he knows that I outrank him. So he was like, yo, you would just outrank me because you don't participate. This is his words. My brother, the Mason, the most worshipful master. So he says, you would outrank me, but you wouldn't be like a 33-degree Mason and nothing like that because you don't partake in our rituals and things like that. Cool. But I would outrank 9 times out of 10, I would be outranking all of the lodges. And I would be the big boy going from lodge to lodge to lodge to lodge, outranking them all, according to his words. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? So make a long story short, these books that I'm showing y'all right now. So you got the Bible. This is the Bible in the very back. You have the Quran. This is the Quran. Excuse me. You have the the New Testament Apocrypha, which is all of the Gospels. The Gospel of how Mary, the mother of Jesus, grew up, all of the in-between things that Jesus did, how he grew up, where he grew up in Egypt, and all these things. This is all of the New Testament right here. And then, of course, you just had the Apocrypha, which is the Second Ezra and things like that. And then you have the lost books of the Bible, great rejected texts. But this is the moral to the story. So I'm getting ready to start a Bible study with my cousin, with 2 of my cousins. One is a guy, one is a girl. You know what I'm saying? So you got a priest and you got a priestess. You know what I'm saying? So this is the moral to the story. Let me speak on this because I was talking to my cousins about this. In the Bible, it says that women are not allowed to teach. This is what the Bible says. But who makes that statement? Do Jesus the Christ make that statement? Or do a Pharisee at heart make that statement? I'm going to tell you who makes that statement. The Pharisee at heart. He says, I do not permit women to teach. I. Who the hell is I? Yo, last time I checked, you ain't my savior. You see what I'm saying? But you won't know these things until you get into these books right here. And the king himself says his number one disciple. We ain't talking about something he told Paul and Paul wrote down. We ain't talking about something he told John and John wrote down. We talking about his very words. Well, that's the Gospels, his very words. You know what I'm saying? So these are the Gospels, right? So to make a long story short, Christ says his number one apostle was his mother. His number one apostle was his mother. His number one disciple was his mother. Everything revolved around his mother. Why? Why did it revolve around his mother? His mother was with him from the day he came out the womb to the day he hit the cross. You see what I'm saying? Now, who's going to know Christ better than his mother? This also tells you about how his mother grew up. His mother grew up, Mary, grew up in the temple. She was given to the temple at the ripe age of 5. You know what I'm saying? And then in the temple, she was raised by Isaac. No, Zachariah. The father of, she was raised by Zachariah, the father of John the Baptist. He raised her. He brought her up, raised her in the knowledge of God. See what I'm saying? But you won't know that until you get into these books. But anyway, the most worshipful master in the lodge, Masons. I mean, y'all, they believe what they want to believe. I don't have no bearings on my belief. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying here is I do feel proud of studying with my brother, and he feels proud of that because through my studies with him, he elevated to the most worshipful master, which is the head honcho in his particular lodge. And it's all based off of studying with me. But we went past these books. I took him further. You know what I'm saying? Me and him went real deep. But anyway, so this is the starter kit that I got my cousins. So it's coming tomorrow. The books is this book, and the Quran. They Christians, so they already have a Bible. The Quran they don't have. This book, and this book they don't have, of course. So, but we get ready to start studying because when everything pop, my cousin, the male, is going to be the priest amongst his crew. My girl cousin is going to be the priestess amongst her crew. You see what I'm saying? Y'all got the books. We went through the books. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we're going to do it. But the way I'm going to start it is because I had to think about, because everything is time sensitive. So the first thing we're going to do is just go revisit the Bible, go over the rules of the Bible, which is 2 or 3 witnesses. Every matter may be established, precept by precept, a little here, a little there. And that's what we're going to do with the books. First, we're going to precept them. And then after we get the precepts down, then we're going to start reading them because they can read them when they get home. But still, in order to get the understanding, you need the precept. You need to, as you read this, the first book of Adam and Eve, you need to be able to say, listen, this right here, I lost focus, but that says Acts, and that's Revelation. The camera lost focus. But the moral to the story, this is the Quran, but the moral to the story is without having it done, when they go home to study, they can't really precept it because they don't really know the Bible all like that. That's just through conversation. I know that about them. You know what I mean? Just through, but that's most people. That's most people. And then they'll argue you down. Like me and my cousin, my male cousin, we was having a conversation about the Bible. He arguing me down. And I'm like, go ahead and pull up the verses. And as he pulling the verses, he like, I didn't know. I'm like, listen, man, when you go to school, you don't go to school arguing with the school teacher, knowing that the school teacher know more than you. But you got to show it to people that you know more than them. And then still it's hard to humble out. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, this is what I'm working on, brothers and sisters. And we're going to start this weekend tomorrow. Their books will be coming. So it's 4 books. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to get the rules and regulations out of this, the Bible. And then once we establish that, and after it's going to take about 45 minutes to an hour just to establish this, the rules and the regulations, and how you're supposed to study and, get the most out of the study and all of that. And then we're going to start just precepting, putting all the precepts in place in their Bibles and in these books. And then after that, then we'll start the actual study like that. So this might be a 2-week event, just putting in precepting. But I think I'm trying to figure out, the best way to run the whole thing, because again, this is all time sensitive. We're running out of time. You know what I'm saying? It might not seem like it, but I'm telling y'all, we're running out of time. Y'all see the food over there, right there? That's rice. That's 60 pounds of rice. I don't know how much each bag individually costs, but it usually will cost me for the rice. It usually will cost me less than $20. So it'd be like $17 and something cents, and the bill will come under like $50 something is what the bill will come to. I bought that today. Today, as I shoot this video, I bought that today. 3 bags came to over $70. Over $70, and then this is for part of the team, my cousins. So I already took care of my first cousins. That's my uncle and them that I was telling y'all about. Now I'm dealing with my aunt, which is my uncle's sister, which is my uncle is my father's brother. My aunt is my father's sister. So I'm still on the same side of the family dealing with it. They're all believers. So you know what I'm saying? I bought them the electrical kit, little starter kit. I showed that in another video. But the moral to the story here is, so I'm going to start studying with them. I'm going to get ready to turn out a priest and a priestess. And when it's all said and done, they going to be able to spiritually guide their teams, because they're going to have the books. But most importantly, they're going to have the understanding, because that's the most important part. Shalom.